Call the meeting to order. We'll start with our Pledge of Allegiance and our invocation by Chief Steve Bryan.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for this day. Just thank you for this opportunity. Thank you so much for every here in our council.
And Kim, can we have a roll call?
Yes, sir. Misty Cavanaugh. Here. Tony Space.
Here.
Adam Townsend.
Here.
Larry Knopfsinger.
Here.
Frank Stevenson. Here. Chad Mincer.
Here.
Mayor, we do have a quorum.
All right, we'll start with the first order of business being the approval of the minutes from the August 19th meeting.
It was called to order by Mayor Kevin Cotton. The invocation was done by Fire Chief Jason Eli. The roll call, we had all council members present except for Misty Cavanaugh, who was absent. We had approval of the minutes of August the 5th, 2024. We had approval of bills and payroll, department reports. We had a first reading of the ordinance amending Chapter 96 of the Code of Ordinances relating to property tax. We also had a resolution to declare sanitation equipment as surplus property that was approved. We had a motion to approve miscellaneous transformers and light ballast from electric department as surplus property. We had an appointment of Tara Edwards to the Massillville Hopkins County Public Library. We had an appointment of John Stastarski to the Historic District Commission. We also had an appointment of Debbie Myers to the Tourism Advisory Board, and we had an adjournment.
All right, are there any corrections to the minutes? If not, do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Next, we'll move on to the approval of bills and payroll.
We have the total general fund of $199,605.48. Total sanitation and maintenance of $125,003.83. Total electric utility of $320,598.06. Total water filter of $68,656.90. Total wastewater collection and treatment of $718,304.06. We have an estimated biweekly payroll of governmental of $52,117, police of $159.15, fire of $149,418, transportation of $30,068, cemetery of $5,274, park $22,190, sanitation of $48,132, maintenance garage of $9,384, light fund of $97,096, wastewater treatment of $20,626, wastewater collection of $32,492, water and filter of $55,259, Massillville Sportsplex of $4,952 for total estimated biweekly payroll is $686,022.
Do I have a motion to approve the bills and payroll?
So moved.
Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Next, we have department reports. We'll ask Ms. Mandy Todd if you want to come up and give us a report for zoning and permits.
Good evening, Council. For the month of July, the zoning office issued 3 residential permits, 4 residential additions, 6 residential accessories, and 2 commercial alterations for a total construction cost of $1,288,342. Total fees collected for those permits was $3,035. Excuse me. We issued 1 sign permit, 1 demo permit, 4 HVAC permits. We also had 1 zoning map amendment. It's under miscellaneous, but that's a fence permit, and 1 mobile vendor food permit for a total of 24 permits issued for the month of July. Total fees collected for our department was $4,105.
Thank you, ma'am. Any questions for Ms. Todd? All right, thank you very much. Next, we'll move on to the council committee reports.
Mayor, at the joint meeting of the Madisonville Tourism Advisory Board and the Madisonville City Tourism Committee. There were 4 recommendations that came out of that meeting for funding approval. So I would like to start by making the first of those recommendations by making a motion to approve $450,000 for a 3-day event of Fourth Fest for the next year.
I have a motion for the allocation of restaurant tax funds for the 3-day event, being Fourth Fest. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
No.
We have 1 opposed. Motion passes.
The next, I would like to make a motion for $25,000 for fireworks for the 4th of July.
We have a motion for $25,000 for the fireworks display for the 4th of July. Do I have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes.
The next was for $85,000 for turf for the sports complex. I take that back. I make the motion to approve $85,000 for turf for the sports complex.
We have a motion for $85,000 for the turf project at the sports complex. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
We have 1 in opposition. Motion passes.
And finally, I make a motion to approve $20,000 for recarpeting of the mini golf course.
I have a motion for $20,000 for the upgrades for the mini golf course. Do I have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Any questions?
Well deserved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Does that complete the report?
That completes the report. Thank you very much.
Would you like to report on the hot air balloon event?
Well, unfortunately, I didn't get to make it out there that evening. I had a few other things going on, and whenever I got out there, but I did see a lot of photos and a lot of really good videos that I saw that came out of there, and it looks like all those that made it out there had a great time.
It was definitely a great event. We saw an estimated around 10,000 people there at the park based off a traffic count. Our team in the city did a fantastic job, as well as the volunteers from our park arboretum that stepped up to help with that as well. I do know that the event of that magnitude, I believe, is the largest event that we've been able to show for any one single event at one single time, with the number of 10,000. And the most amount of cars that have ever been inside of Mar Park at any one given time. So it was definitely a great event. The Sky Cab company, balloon company, were very impressed with Mar Park in the event. So job well done. Lucy Bess and the entire team that were out there directing traffic and trying to get them in as fast as possible into the park, but it was a great event. All right, next we'll move on to new business. We have the first reading of some ordinances. The first is amending Chapter 156 of Code of Ordinances relating to educational facilities.
Okay, I'm only going to read what we're adding. We're adding the educational facility, an institution or place for instruction or education which is either open to the public and maintained under public authority or is private and maintained by a private organization. And then when they add that to the general commercial uses permitted by conditional use permit required, we have added educational facilities.
All right, next we have an ordinance amending Chapter 158.20, the Code of Ordinances relating to sign regulations in regards to billboards.
And again, I'm gonna read the changes. Under commercial industrial signs, number 3, shall not be erected within 150 feet of any residential structure, excluding fences without the written consent of the owners of the adjoining residential structures. Number 4, we have added shall not exceed 30 feet in height nor 380 square feet in area, which when located along roadways designated as U.S. highways and shall not exceed 300 square feet when located along other roadways. And then number 5, the minimum setback from any street right-of-way shall be 20 feet. And then number 6, shall not be erected within 25 feet of a side property line without the written consent of the adjacent owner. And then under digital billboards, we've added, in addition to the following requirements, digital billboards shall adhere to the same size, height, spacing, setbacks, and locations as all other non-digital billboards. Number 1, digital billboards shall be allowed as a conversion, replacement, or relocation of any billboard in a location provided for in this subchapter. Number 2, conversion of a non-conforming billboard to a non-conforming digital billboard shall be allowed with approval from the Board of Adjustments. B, the message on a digital billboard shall be static for at least 8 seconds, change from one message to another in less than 2 seconds, not blink, scroll, or contain animation or video, be programmed to freeze in a static display if a malfunction occurs. An electronic advertising device shall be equipped with a sensor or other device that automatically determines the illumination and shall be programmed to automatically dim to a luminance of 300 nits or less if the ambient light is 1.5 foot candles or less, and must comply with all requirements of KRS 177.830 to 177.890. And I have attached those KRS regulations to this ordinance.
All right, next we have the second reading of an ordinance amending Chapter 96 of the Code of Ordinance of the City of Madisonville relating to property tax.
Okay, again, I'm only going to read the changes that are made. So if you go down to Chapter 96.05, due and delinquency dates, all taxes hereunder shall be paid and due and payable on or before November 30th, 2024. And again, the discount of 2% shall be allowed on each tax bill for general purposes if paid on or before October 31st, 2024, and tax bills remaining unpaid after November the 30th, 2024 shall be declared delinquent and shall bear interest at a rate of 12% until paid. And then we're going to move over to 96.08, ad valorem tax rates for 2024. The ad valorem rates for 2024 shall be as follows. The tax rate for real estate shall be 0.108 for each $100. And then under C, letter C, the tax rate or other tangible personal property shall be 0.1449 for each $100 of assessed valuation.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the ordinances relating to property tax?
So moved.
Who did that? Larry? Frank?
Motion, do I have a second?
Second.
All right, Frank had the motion, Larry had the second. Kim, can we have is there any questions? Kim, can we have a roll call?
Yes, sir. Misty Cavanaugh? Tony Space?
Yes.
Adam Townsend?
Yes.
Larry Knopfinger?
Yes.
Frank Stevenson?
Yes.
And Chad Minzer?
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Next, the resolution for an amendment to the resolution for assistance to firefighters grant 2024-24.
Yes, we just approved this not too long ago, and I had a mistake. I'm gonna, where it says, whereas the city of Madisonville will provide a match of 5% of the federal funds awarded, or $20,402.10, not the $40,482.10.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the amended resolution?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Next, we have a resolution to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Kentucky Department of Transportation.
Whereas the city of Madisonville approved the execution of a memorandum of agreement to receive discretionary funds from the Commonwealth of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet Department of Highways for an amount of $70,000 for Bacon Boulevard And now therefore be it resolved that the city of Massville does hereby ratify and adopt all statements, representations, warranties, covenants, and agreements contained in said agreement, and does hereby accept the funds provided in said agreement, and by such acceptance agrees to all the terms and conditions therein stated. And now therefore be it resolved that Mayor Kevin Cotton is hereby authorized and directed to sign said agreement as set forth on behalf of the city of Massville, and is hereby authorized and directed to certify thereto.
Do I have a motion to approve the resolution to enter into the memorandum of agreement with the Kentucky Department of Transportation?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. I know Chad has a question about, page number 34.
Very lengthy contract. As our city attorney, are you okay with all the?
I'm okay with it. We just
Perfect.
have to pay the design cost and out of the 70.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any other questions or comments? This is, funds that we requested almost 2 years ago, that was approved last September, and we will be receiving these funds, shortly, so. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Next, we have a resolution to declare golf carts as surplus property.
Whereas the city of Madisonville Parks Department owns 11 golf carts that they are no longer being used, and whereas the city of Madisonville requests to dispose of the golf carts by means appropriate according to KRS 82.083, I've listed the golf carts and their serial numbers. Now therefore be it resolved as follows: the 11 golf carts are now declared as surplus property, and the city is authorized to dispose of the equipment by means according to KRS 82.083.
These are the golf carts that you all, have replaced with the capital, budget expenses. So these are the ones that they are no longer gonna be using. Do I have a motion to approve the surplus from the city park golf carts?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Next, we have a request for permission to close a portion of Bayview Drive for a Lakeshore Block Party.
Yes, we received a request from the homeowners of Bayview Drive that's requested to close 1905 to 1946 Bayview Drive on Saturday, September the 14th, from the hours of 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. for a Lakeshore Block Party. And permission by the homeowners is on the attached sheet. They are just asking for approval to close that. They do not need anything from us. They have cones that they will put out. They just need permission.
Do I have a motion to approve the closure of the portion of Bayview Drive for a block party?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Any questions?
Chief.
I looked at it, I don't see any reason why we, an easy way around that area.
Man. That was my concern with the request is fire and police presence if something did happen in that area, just because it is a residential neighborhood, but.
So I have a motion and a second. Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. We have final order of business.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And adjourned. Thank you.